One of the joys of literary study is getting to interact firsthand with the archive, and by the archive I mean primary materials from the 16th and 1700s. Getting to look at these primary texts, manuscripts, original editions of poems. I had an opportunity a few years ago through the Provost Initiative for Undergraduate Research to go to the UK, to go to the British Library and take some high quality digital images of these 18th century texts. And I brought these back to my students, and my students got to start digging into them and working with them in ways that I hadn't anticipated and couldn't have planned. In fact, one of my students helped me discover something about a 17th century poet that none of the biographers were aware of. This is a fact about the poet that was not known until now or had been lost until now. Together, she and I, doing independent research, got to produce an article on that discovery for a wider literary audience. It was eye-opening for me and very rewarding for me to work one-on-one with a student. You get to collaborate and have someone to talk to about discoveries, which is always very nice. But also, it offered me a chance to learn things about my own field and about how I could improve as an educator. Students do their best work when you give them the freedom to take initiative and make discoveries for themselves. Those are the discoveries that really stick with them over the long term and resonate. So I think experiential learning extends the classroom beyond the four walls. It makes learning we do and the skills we practice practical and livable, and I think that puts a public face on the humanities. Real learning happens when people are taking initiative, when they have the independence to decide on what questions they want to ask and how they want to pursue them. Letting them have the chance to decide what kind of project they want to work on as their capstone for the semester. That often ends up being their best, most valuable, most resonant work.
Spark, where classroom knowledge meets the real world.